In this video, let's display company details on click of these companies here. We have companies list. Inside the companies list, we have a company. Go to the company and define on click right here. And we want to pass this event to its parent up in the hierarchy. So let's make use of properties. So we are dispatching an event called onCompClick from company in the form of properties. We then access it here within the company element. We also pass the selected company's index, which is I in this case, to this function. Let's define this function. We get the input parameter index here. Again, we want to pass this event to its parent called company management, and we again do that using properties. And pass the index of the current company. And finally, define the function for on company click in company management. Let's just log a message in the console. Save all your files. Make sure there are no errors. Refresh. You will get this error if you are not binding the mapping which we had discussed in one of the previous tutorials. So let's go ahead and do that. Go to companies list. As we have a custom event here which we are mapping, bind it to this, save it, refresh. The error should be gone now. Now let's click on these companies. So we get the index of the selected company. Okay. Next, since these details are going to be dynamic in the sense that when we click, the values would change, we want to define a state or a variable. Let's go ahead and do that. Within company management, let's create a new variable or a state called selected company, which would be an object. Let's keep it as blank initially, and let's define a property called current company and assign that state to this property. Let's go ahead and access current company within company details. name, description. We also would be changing the background color, so replace this with BGC. So current company would be the object that we would be passing on click of the company. Let's take the existing company. It should be inside the states or variable called companies, and the index of it would be I. Based on the click, we grab the selected company object and assign this to a newly created state called selected company. To simplify this is in ES6, we can just get rid of this, and this would reset the selected company value with this local selected company's value. Okay, save all your files, make sure you don't have any errors, refresh. Oops, I forgot to mention properties, my bad. Save it, refresh. Okay, since we have defined the selected company initially as blank, we don't get any details on load. When you click on the company, we then get the details to see on the screen. So we are passing company name, description as well as color to this details. Okay, to summarize, what we did was we defined on click on the company, and on click we are passing the event in the form of properties to its parent called companies list. Companies list will then have the custom event defined, which in turn calls this function, and this function again passes the event in the form of properties along with the parameter of current index of the selected company. Which is again captured here in company management. And finally we have a function which resets the selected company state, which in turn renders the company details element and displays the selected company. Before wrapping this video up, just a small tip. If you go to companies list, within map we have this function which is ES5. If you want to replace it with ES6, you can use something called arrow functions, which makes the syntax very simpler. So how arrow functions work is the function keyword would be replaced by this notation, an equal to sign and a right angular brace, and the parameters would come just before that notation, if you have any objects or elements which are returned, you can get rid of this return keyword. You can get rid of this and also get rid of this curly braces. Save it, refresh. It should still work as expected. Okay, so in the next one, when we click remove, we want to remove the item from this company's list and also avoid the click that is happening right now to display the company details. Okay, see you in the next one. Stay tuned and subscribe. Cheers.